Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
It's Carla Lizardo Sulit, and welcome to our live chat party for the 50th Commissioner's Cup here on the One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. It's time for the semifinals ng ating Commissioner's Cup, and our first game will be between the defending champs TNT and their challengers Meralco as we open our semifinals action. Of course, TNT overcame a twice-to-beat advantage, eliminating seed 1 NLEX via 118-112 win. Meanwhile, ang Meralco, they escaped with a 105-102 OT thriller against a very tough Magnolia side. This TNT Meralco series is the second straight conference na magtatapat ang dalawang teams in the same stage. Last Philippine Cup, TNT beat Meralco in 5 games. And of course, in their last meeting, Meralco did defeat TNT naman 110-106. Let's check out our playoffs picture right now. Ang pasok dito sa ating semifinals is TNT, Meralco, and of course, later we will be seeing Barangay Ginebra taking on the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Let's also look at the playoff history between these two teams. TNT versus Meralco have matched up in the past. Ng 2016 Governor's Cup, Meralco ang nanalo but lost to Ginebra in the finals. 2019, Meralco rin ang nanalo against TNT but went on to lose against Ginebra in the finals again. And then 2022 to 2023 Gov Cup, TNT naman ang nanalo, went on to win it all. Same thing happened in the 2025 to 2026 Philippine Cup. So these two teams, of course, are very familiar with each other. We will see who will emerge victorious here in our first round. And tingnan natin ang ating key players for this matchup, starting with TNT with RR Pogoy and Calvin Oftana. Both these players stepped up big time. Pogoy with 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Para naman dito kay Calvin Oftana, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 out of 5 from the 3. Let's see what Calvin Oftana had to say about that game.
Siyempre, every game naman talagang nakafocus lang ako kung ano yung game plan namin. And individually, I need to help the team in my own way, in my own contribution sa team para manalo, sa offense, sa defense. Just be ready every time na kasi mangyayari kasi syempre malakas din yung kalaban namin so talaga naka-focus lang palagi kung ano yung game plan. It will be a tough Meralco team. Syempre magandaan namin to, nandito na kami so kailangan namin ikayo din. I'm so happy and overwhelmed pa rin may NBA caliber na pumunta na naman ulit sa amin and ball with a skill set of ball na talagang hindi mo makikita sa ibang tao. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for us na nag-adjust pa kami ngayon pero right now we're looking good and we're looking for the semifinals na ma-improve pa lahat ng pagkakamali namin. In this kind of games na talagang crucial na we need to step up in both ways, hindi lang sa laro kundi pati sa mga kasama namin to lift them up lalo na pag nagraran yung kalaban or nagkakagulo, kami dalawa ni Pugoy, Kuya Jason, tatlo kami, Kuya Jason pa nga, kami yung nag-settle sa team namin. And syempre kung ano yung nakikita namin sa coach, sinasabi namin sa mga coaches. And yun, talagang kailangan yun sa isang team eh.
Ayan, sabi ni Oftana that the key for TNT was simply staying ready when the moment arrived, and that allowed them to eliminate the twice-to-beat advantage ng NLEX to move them on to the semifinals. Another key player for them is the veteran Jason Castro, the Blur who was recently recognized for joining the 10,000-point club, provided steady play and leadership off the bench para dito sa TNT. He had 14 points, 6.5 assists, and 2 rebounds. If you want a shout out dito sa ating live chat party, let me know your name and where you are watching from. We have fans from all around the world na nakatutok dito sa ating One Sports YouTube channel, excited for our semifinals. And if you want to send money to your family here in the Philippines, para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Pag-usapan naman natin ang ating key players for Meralco, starting with their import, Marvin Jones. In their do-or-die game, Jones really rose to the occasion and pushed Meralco past a pesky Magnolia side. He had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 9 out of 6 from the field. And he was supported by locals Chris Newsom and Bong Quinto, who delivered the goods in Meralco's semis clenching win. Chris Newsom had 18 points, 5 assists, plus 11 on the court. Si Bong Quinto naman had 11 points, all in the fourth quarter and overtime, 4 rebounds, and 4 out of 9 from the field. Let's hear it straight from Bong Quinto.
Siyempre, una-una, salamat muna sa Panginoon, siyempre sa protection ng bawat teams, di ba? Pero shoutout sa kanila, grabe, sobrang pinahirapan talaga nila kami, almost 3 game, munti kami matalo sa kanila. And gaya nga nasabi ni Coach Nena, dito yung pinaka nahirapan talaga kami na series sa lahat ng experience namin. So, yun, shoutout sa Magnolia. So, masabi ko lang, experience siguro sa mga ganong sitwasyon. Gaya nga nasabi ni Marvin sa akin, I think 3 minutes or 2 minutes ng fourth quarter, sinabihan niya ako na ito yung time na dapat di tayo matakot. So every time na mayroong opportunity to attack, kasi minsan pag pinapasahan ako, di ako tumitingin sa ring eh. So siguro yun, kailangan lang reminders sa game na mag-focus kung ano yung binibigay ng kalaban sa amin, yun yung advantage namin. Take advantage.
I'm sharing our question for the day. Which locals will rise to the occasion to give their team the victory today? Will it be the locals of TNT or Meralco? Let me know your thoughts in the chat and babasahin ko yan mamaya at the half. But of course, the game is about to start. But before I turn you over to our venue, just reminding everyone na para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. Let's head on over to the game.
This starting lineup that they're showing here in this game, the same starting lineup every single game this conference. Sa TNT naman, the same starting lineup they're using in the quarterfinals, pero during the eliminations, nag-eksperimento si Coach Shot with different other starters like Jordan Heading, si Mike Nieto, si Glenn Comontin. But this is the starting five that Coach Shot is going to go with all the way to what they're hoping, the finals.
Ball first scored para sa TNT. Jones was able to save it. That's a fresh 24, or 14 rather. Elbow jumper, Cancino. That's a good sign for the young man from the both side.
Medium range jumper kagad for CJ Cancino. The guy is a medium range gunner and he's a specialist with that distance. So that defense of TNT must be aware kung saan siya naghahanap ng pwesto to get his shots. That's a three-pointer.
Doesn't work for Ball. Meralco looking for the counter-attack. Hodge wanted it against Nambatak. Brickman will fire. 3-ball. Doesn't work. Dean, what do you think are going to be the keys to winning para sa TNT? Anong nasa Dean's list natin?
Importante yung restriction of the ball movement ng Meralco. Because in that first game between Meralco and TNT, Meralco had 32 assists. Next is they need to attack closer to the rim. That's TNT. And that first game against Meralco, they only had 34 paint points when they were averaging 47.3. And number 3 is they need bench support for Ball, Manute Ball. They're averaging only 30.3 points from the bench. They need to jack it up and make sure that Ball is given the right kind of support from the locals.
That's great defense showed by Cancino. What's on the list para sa Meralco?
Meralco, number 1, they need to crack down, not necessarily on Ball, Manute Ball, but on Calvin Octana, as you see Brickman. He missed his first 3, now he makes his second. They need to step on the gas. And that first game between Meralco and TNT, Meralco had the edge in fast break points 15-9. And the third point for Meralco, they need to be aware of the foul situation. They're giving up the most fouls in this conference at 26.9, the most free throws allowed at 30.2.
Ball was able to score again. Jones gustong bumawi on the other side, involves Hodge. It's Newsome from the outside. A miss. Ball looks aggressive, Dean, to start game 1.
And that's the way he should be. You know, it depends kung sinong tatao sa kanya. And it looks like it's going to be Cliff Hodge. There's an obvious mismatch in terms of height between Hodge and si Ball, Manute Ball. So he needs to attack that mismatch. But he's still playing the outside. Let's see whether he's going to roll to the basket.
A ganda ng two-man game. Ball and Octana working wonders for the Tropa.
Masasabi ko lang, Ball did not have a single assist in the entire quarterfinals. But now, already with 1 dime para sa kanya, very early in this game.
Jones has been trying to get his scoring and his points up here in the first, but shots have not been falling.
Well, the only points in Meralco so far in this game have come from the perimeter. Medium range jumper from Cancino and a 3-pointer coming from Brickman. They need to come closer to the basket, attack the rim, and there you have a post-up move by Marvin Jones. Dumedepensa sa kanya si BGR. So you don't have import versus import matchup.
Ito, panalo play of the game, hatid sa inyo ng TNT. The first assist of Ball in this game.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs, that's right.
But you know, he's averaging a little less than 2 assists a game. And I think as he continues to get used to this system of Coach Shot, you'll see a lot more from him in terms of assisting.
That's the second foul on BGR.
Yan ang delikado. And you've got a local import defender in BGR who has to give up his fouls and also compromise his own offense to play defense against Marvin Jones.
Pero alam mo kagandaan dito din sa TNT in their front court. Yes, you have Ball who towers over everyone, literally everyone. Pero ang dami mong mga pwede i-partner sa kanya. Nagsimula sila with BGR. Coach Shot still has Kelly Williams na bubunutin niya ngayon. You have Galinato, you have Justin Chua. There's a lot of ammo para sa TNT in terms of front court.
And that's what you need in the playoffs. You need depth. Because you'll never know with the foul situation being what it is. Tapos yung mga health issues natin. Here's Marvin Jones fashioning the second free throw.
You remember what happened also to Magnolia in that game against Meralco. Ang tagal nila, even played the entire overtime period without an import dahil nag-foul out niya.
Exactly. Times that Magnolia lost this conference were the times when Champion either fouled out or got into foul trouble.
But Meralco, all Meralco cares about was the final score and the fact that they're here in the semifinals. Jones, ayaw pa rin mahulog ng tira ni Marvin.
But that's a beautiful pass got into Brickman. And you expect Brickman to be the key facilitator in Meralco. He had 8 assists in that Meralco win over TNT in the eliminations.
And he's ranked 5 all-time in the NCAA Division I all-time assist leaders. We're talking about the US NCAA too.
And he led the US NCAA in assists 2 years. Ball, again, with that shot that was uncontested in a turnaround.
10 seconds for Meralco. Walang mapuntahan yung pensa nila. It's Brickman. Trying to go to Jones.
He's got to take it.
Still unable to hit.
New defender on Marvin Jones is because of the early foul trouble. The BGR is Kelly Williams, as you pointed out earlier. Judd, Kelly Williams is a veteran. Watch this move here against Marvin Jones. The quick turnaround. He's got that sweet shot. A nice soft release. And he liked that. He liked that.
Kaya, yun din yung dahilan kung bakit ang hirap pigilan ni Ball. Because he's 7'4", pero hindi ka naman niya aatrasan and hindi rin siya tatambay lang sa ilalim. He has the moves. He has the shot.
Well, actually, in the early part of the eliminations, tumatambay nga si Paul Manutbol. And a lot of people were saying, dapat mas masipag si Ball Manutbol. But I think in the playoffs and towards the end of the eliminations, you're seeing that he has bought into the system of Coach Chotres. Here we go with Ball. He's going to attack. Who's going to stop him?
I mean,
again, coming from the outside. What a mismatch.
That's 8 points now for Ball. Tumalun sa free throw line and he still laid that ball right at that basket. Newsome will head to the line.
Meralco having difficulty getting shots from the field. So now they're attacking so that they can go to the line. Ito, nakita natin, uncontested in going up for that layup. He's just a physical phenomenon. 7'2" and 1/4. Yan ang official measurement ni Ball Manutbol.
The truth about Ball and his game na nakikita natin in the PBA, it's not always his height that's made it difficult for defense. It's his length. Diba? Yung haba niya, because he extends that ball far from his body when he attacks or gumagamit siya ng mga high ball pick-up.
Well, believe it or not, his wingspan is actually longer than his actual height. His wingspan is 7 feet and 7 inches, which was the height of his father, Manutbol.
TNT again on the move. Brickman with a strip. And Meralco saying, nasan yung foul doon? But referee Bing Oliva made that call. Humihingi ng explanation si active consultant Nenad Vucinic.
Nabatag is at the line. And very early in this game, si Coach Chotres, nagpapalit-palit na ng mga players niya. R.R. Progoy, for instance, is sitting down. And, well, that was not challenged, however.
Oo nga eh, pero looks like Meralco may have had a case. And you know what they're saying right now? Ball don't lie.
Yeah. Hindi pumasok yung tira.
The first free throw ends up as a miss. Second one is good para kay Nambata. 5 naman ng TNT. We're almost at the halfway point of the opening quarter. Quinto. Now, this time, si Bong Quinto, he can't wait until the final moments to make his presence felt. However, that second three galing kay Jason Brickman.
Napapakayaan si Brickman. And if you're TNT, you gotta keep an eye on that guy. He is a shooter, a very experienced veteran, someone who has played top-notch basketball in the US NCAA with Long Island University. Look at that crossover move. And at the basket. He's taking Cliff Hodge to school.
And Hodge actually played good defense.
What can you do? The guy's too long.
And you know what you need? Tulong din. Ang kailangan mo pagdating dun. It's Jones. Hasn't made a field goal yet. He has 2 points from the line, but it's 0 for 5 now from the field. But Meralco still not allowing TNT to get too far away. However, Ball is doing everything he can para mapalaki na yun lamang nila.
Well, the pass coming from Gambata. And that's what Coach John Reyes has been preaching. That Ball can just get the pass from his teammates as he comes closer to the basket, where he will not be stopped. So that game plan is working perfectly. But here's Newsom with the basket and one. Para sa kanya, the lead is 4. It could go down. With his bonus free throw coming up para kay Chris Newsom.
Oh, you know that Newsom, kapag kailangan ng Meralco ng sasaklolo, he will be there. And there's a timeout. It's brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook.
Because you have him. Pag pinasa doon, bumumunta ka eh. Huwag ka pumunta.
Daily fantasy. Every play, you can make your winning bet with the action right here in your hand. Play the game your way.
Unang laro ng semi-series ng Meralco at TNT. Assistant coach Shanley Arespacochaga admitted that the Bolts had their number in the elimination round. Pero ngayon, ibang-iba na raw ang tropa. Pinakamalaking pagkakaiba, nakuha na ulit ng locals ang kanilang kumpiyansa and they are in on the scoring action. Ang ilan daw sa pinakamahalagang pinaghandaan ng tropa kung papaano gumalaw ang bola among the Bolts, how disciplined they are in their system, and their physicality, anticipating how the Bolts can easily throw the tropa off their offensive schemes once they succeed in making TNT uncomfortable. Gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Bel. You know, Dean, in a 7-game series, lalo na veterano yung mga manlalaro on both teams, it's really taking out the comforts of the biggest players, of the stars.
Well, that's true. And also, it puts an emphasis on the depth of every team. Because especially if this series goes the distance and becomes a long series.
Oh,
look at this. Hindi pumasok yung layup ni Jordan Henry. But this guy, a one-time MVP in the PBA, Kelly Williams, climbing it up with two-handed slam dunk.
Looking every bit like a 25-year-old.
Whoa!
I mean,
the guy's 44 years old.
But he's still springy.
Unbelievable.
Grabe talaga to si Kelly. Ball loses control. Tumatakbo ngayon ang Bolts. Newsom to Quinto. The three from the corner, no good. Newsom on the offensive glass. Babalik siya sa free throw line. And this break, of course, will allow us to take a look at this one more time. Kung pumasok to, ang ganda eh. Pero napaganda palalo.
Nobody home that time. Nobody boxing out Kelly. And a two-handed slam dunk. Emphatic slammer galing sa kanya.
Pag dumadakdak si Kelly Williams at 44 years old, lahat ng tao nagugulat except si Kelly Williams. Because he knows he takes care of his body well enough to still be able to pull things.
Kelly
like
Williams
this.
is MVP. All the way back in 2008. And you remember he was the first overall draft pick in 2006. And the guy is still plugging away. But Chris Newsom is back at the line. He's been aggressive. He's been super active.
Newsom, rare miss from the free throw line. You know, for anything that has gone TNT's way. Apat na ang lamang nila dito din. Hindi pumapayag tong Bolts na makalayo ang tropa. Ball. He's working with 12 points. Gustong atakin si Mocon. That's a blocking foul on JV.
You know, it's interesting that Coach Neda at saka si Coach Luigi Trillo have not assigned a big man on ball. So, first, they went with Cliff Hodge. Ngayon naman si Mocon. I'm wondering, will Raymond Almazan play in this game? We understand that after sitting out 6 straight games, he's ready to go. Brandon Bates, hindi pa nagpapakita dito. Both big guys from Meralco might be able to defend ball, particularly at the post.
The referees are trying to make sure that nothing develops between, nothing uncontrollable, di ba? Develops between the players on the court right now. Kasi napapansin nila, nagkakaroon ng onting-onting iringan ngayon si Ball and Mocon. Ball has had some rubbing of elbows with some of the other defenders he's had here in the PBA. Because I think that's really going to be part of your game, defensive game plan against Ball.
Exactly. Against Ball, you need to be physical. And that level of physicality, yan ang pinapakita ng mga defenders niya. They want to be able to get him off his rhythm. They want to get him mentally out of sync. And Tony Semerat had some success doing that in that NLEX series. But you know, Ball, he's actually impressing a lot of the fans here with his level of maturity. So 3:42 to go in this quarter. Umupo muna si Ball.
I think it's no secret that Ball wants to find his way back to the NBA. And imagine what kind of boost it would give him if he leads TNT to a championship dito sa PBA. Williams loses the basketball. Jones. He will try to capitalize dito sa opportunity na nasa bench si Ball, even for one possession. But TNT got the stop, and Ball gets to check back in.
Meralco just not able to get that offense going that time. Baka nabigla sila because wala si Ball. Hinaharap nila si Ball on the defensive end. Well, couldn't execute that time. Another possession here for TNT. Actually, turnovers on both sides. Kelly Williams had a turnover on the other end.
Heading. Bumped by Mocon, finishes through the foul.
And Jordan Henning has been a missing element in the TNT offense.
Dean, look at this. Off the switch, si Mocon was still worried about Ball, and that's why he was a little late to commit.
But it's very clear that TNT is clearing the side for Jordan Henning to attack and use his quickness to go strong to the hole. Now Henning, he actually was a starter for TNT until the eliminations when he lost his starting spot to Arpagoy. But he averaged only 3 points in the 2 quarterfinal games against NLEX. Now he's got 3 points.
Yeah. And also, dun sa basket na Henning, 3rd assist from Ball, so that's a different look that TNT is giving Meralco right now. Cross-court to Quinto. Atake si Bong. Rises high. Ball grabs rebound number 5.
Here's Jordan Henning. Now pulling back. He's waiting for Ball.
Look at the points in the paint natin din. 18-2 yung bilang doon. Heading.
Oh, he got it. Hey, Jordan Henning. And that was a screen set up there by Paul. A new man defending Ball. That was Brandon Bates. We were looking for a bigger guy. Brandon Bates. Switching over to Henning. Nasukat niya yung 3-point shot.
And mapapatawag dito ng timeout ng Meralco. This was brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook. Courtside in Aris Center for Game 1 of the semifinals. Coach Chot Reyes wearing his game face as TNT is up by 10 points in the opening quarter. Banquero, his floater. And CB immediately contributes.
John, 7 players from TNT have already scored in this game. And ito, nabasa ni Cliff Hodge. Oh, that pass is wild.
And Hodge is saying he was fouled by Castro.
Ito, panoorin natin. He had to give up that ball. Castro was distracting him.
Yung floater kanina ni Banquero team, that's the first 2 points off the bench ng Meralco.
Badly needed bench points that time. Pinabayaan ng Meralco for ball to attempt from the outside. Missed the shot. Meralco has a chance.
Banquero to Hodge.
That's an open shot. Pumasok.
It rolls in.
Lead is chopped down to 6. Cliff Hodge. Now he's playing defense on Kelly Williams.
Meralco almost forced a 5-second violation dun sa inbound kay Castro. Bates nakabantay kay Ball.
They're looking for a switch. Now they got the switch. And here's Ball and Cliff Hodge. And Ball tapping Cliff Hodge at the back saying, okay.
That's a nice sight.
Yeah, it is.
Medyo refreshing because alam naman natin, syempre, the stakes are higher in the playoffs kaya medyo mas intense yung mga players.
At makita natin ang ginagawa ng TNT, they're actually helping out Ball himself by giving him a screen, forcing the switch on a smaller guy para mawala yung depensa ni Brandon Bates. Whereas, actually, Ball can take Bates anytime one-on-one. So, you know, I think this kind of system that Coach Chot Reyes has instilled in this team is all about giving his players that mental attitude to play according to the game plan.
I'll tell you what, Dean, 4 na assists the Ball dito sa first quarter. So, while you did mention it, the Locals have been helping him out. He has also repaid that by setting his teammates up.
All about buying in. At nasabi nga natin kanina, ni isang assist wala si Ball in the quarterfinals in those 2 games against NLEX. Here's a jump ball that's been called.
Hodge wins it for Meralco and a quick foul called on Castro. That's going to be 2 free throws for Banquero. Both teams already in penalty.
Castro saying, I didn't mean it. Well, yeah. But Castro, there was a contact. By the way, Castro has been super in the playoffs. He's averaging 14 points. 14 points, actually, that he scored in both games against NLEX. This free throw here coming from Banquero, that's been a sore spot in his arsenal. Yung kanyang free throw shooting.
Actually, itong Meralco. Oh, he misses both.
Well, he's shooting only 57.1% from the line. That's something that he needs to address. Sayang yung pagkakataon, chip at this lead ng TNT.
Din, itong Meralco, they're only 5 of 9. There's that high ball pickup.
And got it again. And, you know, this is what we were saying. He can take Bates or Cliff Hodge anytime one-on-one when he's attacking from the outside. Now, that double team has to come when he's putting the ball on the floor. Hindi natin nakikita yung double team against Ball. They need that.
TNT sitting in his own. They go with Hodge. Banquero goes to Cliff. Shoots over Ball. Knocks it down. To end the first quarter.
And that's a big shot. But went against Ball, but also went against a 2-3 zone defense in TNT. Good sign for Meralco.
But the big story of the opening quarter of Game 1, Ball, Manute Ball going to work, scoring 15 points.
Grabe, pinapakita niya yung Ball. He's just taking everyone to school. There's no double team, and TNT is actually even assisting him by putting on switches para sa kanya, but he can take on one-on-one anyone Meralco puts on him.
And with this early eruption dito sa Game 1, TNT takes a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ako sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Coach Josh, how have you seen some parts of your game plan already come into fruition in the first 12 minutes?
I think our defensive energy is there. We just need to clean up some of our rotation issues and rebounding and fouling. So right now, I thought we gave up too much fouls unnecessarily. So if we clean that up, that'll allow us to defend much better.
Thank you so much, Coach Josh. Back to you, gentlemen.
Well, it was a foul late in that first quarter na medyo nagbigay ng konting boost for Meralco. Kaya lang hindi rin masyado nakapag-capitalize itong Bulls. They only went 5 for 9 on the free throw line in the first quarter. Also unable to score in that possession. Looks like Ball asked for a sub. Might have heard something dun sa last play. Oftana, nakahanap ng butas doon.
Yung pasa galing na naman kay Ball Manur Ball. Oh, he's impressive in sharing that ball, that's for sure. Even if he's already scored 15 points. But napanggit na natin kanina, ang dami na nakaka-score sa TNT. At 7 players already have scored.
Hodge against Pagoy. We'll look to back down RR. Cliff with a drop step. Inuro. Whoa! And that's a big block.
Now, wait a minute. Ball might have hurt himself after that block. He might have landed poorly on his foot. So gingerly walking away.
And I think there was also something on his hand. Humingi siya ng sub. He asked for the sub. That's why Galinato checked in for him. And he went straight to the dugout after being subbed out. Ito muna, our T-Buy defensive stop of the half brought to you by Pioneer Elastoseal. T-Buy defense sa tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastoseal mo yan.
That's what you call the long arm of the law. And he already asked to be subbed, but he still wanted to get that block.
Yun nga lang, no? Right now, it's a big question mark because we don't know kung nasaktan pa nga siya. We'll definitely get an update and share it with all of you tuned in. But for now, Marvin chose this might be the time for him to try and take over.
Up against this zone defense and TNT. Nawala si Ball.
0 of 5 pa to si Jones din.
It's been tough for him.
And a lot of the shots he took back in the first quarter were open and makeable looks. Ayaw rin lang talaga mahulog.
Scored only 2 points from the free throw line. Still working with that zone defense on TNT. And so they take the outside shot and they connect. That's Bob Quinto.
Heading on the other side.
He's been aggressive. And that ball is going to go to Meralco.
Look at this. Hindi na binaba ni Quinto eh. A 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Aaron Black now playing point guard.
Walo naman ng TNT. AB. Foul was before the attempt.
What a zigzag drive coming from Aaron Black. Ang dami niyang dinaanan doon. But he was able to pick up that foul from TNT. Not in the act of shooting, however.
Meralco hasn't been able to capitalize on the fact that ball is on the TNT bench. Rios mula sa kanto. That's another three. Back-to-back from that spot para sa Bolts.
What you notice in that play, yung pick and roll ng Meralco, nakapasa yun ng TNT. They defended that pick and roll very well. And that forced the outside pass. Andreas naman, getting that shot from the corner.
Bogoy shoots over Jones, bothered by the defense of the 7-footer.
Just a 5-point lead now with back-to-back triples coming from Meralco. Here's another triple. Hindi na pumasok. Oh, look at that.
Quinto was there.
That's what happens when you don't have Paul Manute Paul to get the rebounds. Napapabayaan ng TNT na makakuha ng second chance points ang Meralco.
And a very animated conversation between Jason Castro, Coach Chon, and Referee Oliva. We have a timeout brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook.
Jason Castro for Jordan Henning.
Ito Meralco bumabalik dito pero din ito yung nirereklamo nila Coach Chot and Jason Castro. They wanted a foul on Quinto.
But he had good rebounding position. You have to give that to him. Nyaka lang pilo yung referee.
Doon sa replay parang it wasn't that big of a nudge, no? Ball is back on the court, misses his first shot upon his return.
Very quickly, bumalik siya because that lead has gone down to 3.
But you know, Meralco has not been able to draw anything from Jones offensively.
But still, they're down by only 3 points, Kanya. This is a good situation for the Bolts, despite the anemic performance so far from Jones. And Jones, by the way, now is defending Paul Manute Ball.
Bogoy takes Black to the paint. RR, really one of the best guards who can take any defender in the post.
And Coach Shot drawing up that scheme so well. They take advantage of the mismatch at the post. Same thing that they did in that end-leg series with Octana against Deshaun Winston.
Black hesitated, eventually fired away, pero nagbintis. Castro wants it with Bogoy.
It's going to be easy 2 points.
That's a beautiful entry pass. Jason to RR, mapa-TNT o Gilas ang uniforme. Those two work so well together.
The Black tried to front defense. And that didn't work. You'll see that lob pass. Nakita ni Jason Castro. And easy 2 points galing kay RR Bogoy on that lob.
Look at that, just picture perfect. No one there to help out Black. And TNT reestablishes a 7-point lead. It's game 1 of the semifinals, best of 7 between Meralco and TNT. Parehong dumaan sa butas ng karayom para makarating dito. Both needing game 2s in their quarterfinal series. Castro out of Tana. Rios making it difficult for Calvin. Now they go back to RR. Castro has it. 10 on the shot clock. Atakin si Quito. The blur. Oh, it's a blessing para kay Pagoy.
And they scored. Now in that sequence, as Aaron Black wincing in pain, getting up off the floor. In that particular sequence of TNT, napansin natin, hindi humawak ng bola si Manu. Ball and all locals there. Bob Quito scoring from the three-point distance, just continuing to keep this game close. But outside sniping of Meralco has been on point.
Aaron Black looks hurt. He's playing through it, but mukhang nasaktan siya doon sa banggaan nila ni Rios kanina.
By the way, while Meralco has been hitting it well from the outside, yung inside scoring ng TNT has been impeccable. 30 points in a paint against only 8 for Meralco. And Marvin Jones continuing to struggle. 0 out of 7 now from the floor. Yet the lead is only 5.
Hey, you can't help but imagine how different the score would be.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
Pero yan naman, maaasahan mo siya dyan.
Marvin Jones getting that foul from Bowman with ball. He's questioning it now.
He apologizes to Jones, pero what he's trying to explain is it's a basketball move. There's the gather.
Pero tinamaan niya
Tinamaan niya.
That elbow on the chin of Marvin Jones got him that offensive foul. Another chance here for Meralco. Brickman is back in. He had a good shooting first quarter with 2 3-point shots.
And you see Jones medyo hesitant na.
Whoa! Grabe yun. Another block. Coming from Bull.
All the more he's gonna be hesitant.
Oh, yeah. Jones couldn't get the shot from the outside, so decided, ano kaya? Papasok na lang ako. Ito naman ang iyo.
Sabi ni Bull, doon ka ulit sa labas.
Pwede hindi yun, parang pababa.
That's what Jones was asking for.
Yeah. There's gonna be a foul. But I count 3 block shots so far now.
Sa PBA rules din, pwede pa rin, di ba, na i-review ng ating officials?
Yes, pwede yan. They can review it and they can adjust the score. If after the review at the sidelines, they saw a goaltending.
But as far as I remember, it's only up until the next dead ball. So since they did not announce anything here, baka they deem it a good block for ball already. Here's Meralco. Extra pass. Rios goes in, backs in the jump shot.
And Jansen Rios, he didn't play in the quarterfinals, and he's only played 4 games so far in this conference.
Ball. Fouled by Jones.
Ang bilis. Pinakita ni Ball yung kanyang bilis in attacking that basket.
And we're really seeing a different kind of talent in ball, Manu Ball. Yung abilidad to put the ball on the floor and be so agile. Sa ganyang katangkad,
he's been a surprise. Every game has been a surprise for
siguro
him.
Yung nakita lang natin sa Pilipinas yung ganyang klaseng talent nung FIBA World Cup with all the talented players in the world coming over to Manila. Pero dito sa PBA, this is a unique talent we're seeing this conference.
And actually, it's a delight to see someone of his stature. He's only 26 years old, played 6 years in the NBA. For Denver, for Orlando,
and
for
finally, Jones hits a 3.
That's his first field goal conversion in this contest. Pero malaking bago yun because that lead, all of a sudden, is just down to 2. Ito na.
Di naman nagpauli si Ball. was scoreless in the first 7 minutes of the second quarter, pero 5 straight yan. Vaquero, now to Jones, was fouled by Aurin.
Now you're also seeing that Ball has been very aggressive in attacking the hole. At yung first field goal conversion, binanda pa ni Martin Jones. Ito naman yung atake. With ball, he's not gonna miss from that distance. I'll tell you that much.
Yung magugustuhan mo dito kay Jones is that he's still taking those shots.
Yes, and he's also attacking Ball's defense whenever he has a chance to, because that's a key. If he can get Ball into foul trouble, malaking bagay yun for Meralco.
Rios!
Oh, but he missed. That would have been a spectacular play coming from this off-the-bench reliever.
Tapang mo atake yun. Now he's playing defense on Oftana.
Look at the way he's trying to reach in. Drive the ball loose and stop defense by Jansen Rios.
The dribble handoff action involving Ball. That's worked wonders for TNT.
The screen coming from Ball and Harold Pogoy in the zone. He's got 13 points now in this contest.
13 sa kanya, 19 from their import. And what a pass! And there is Marvin Jones coming to life here in the second.
And a pass coming from Brickman. You know, as I was saying, this guy is an excellent facilitator. And he will get you the ball if you're in good position to get it. Here's a three-pointer. And a three-pointer connection coming from Ball.
He's doing everything para sa TNT. 22 puntos na yan para kay Ball. And a dribbling violation called on Newsome.
Turnover against Meralco. Ito pakita natin. Ulit yung tira galing kay Ball.
That's a three-point shot. Hatid sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. Ball letting his emotions out here in Game 1. This is a best-of-7 series sa semifinals ng Commissioner's Cup. TNT came in as the 8th seed. They knocked out the twice-to-beat NLEX, who finished with the top seed after the eliminations. And defending champions din naman itong Tropang. Brickman looking to attack. Iwan kay Jones. Picked up by Cancino.
Saved by Cancino. Here's Jones on the attack, on the move, and he's stopped again! Wow! Hindi makapuntos si Jones sa loob because of Ball's presence.
Here's Ball to Pogoy. Two-man game between those guys. Pogoy naghanap ng foul and ends up with no whistle. Newsome bumps in.
Score! Oh, he had to improvise that time. But what a way to score against Ball.
He's unbothered. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Brickman, hinahabol si Pogoy. Goes to ng bata. Stingray! No! Oftana with a rebound. Nakuha ngayon ng Meralco.
On the attack now. On the bolts.
Rios goes inside to Jones against a smaller Oftana. Ball getting ready to help. And great deflection by Pogoy.
Basang-basa yun ni Pogoy. It's almost like he knew that ball was eventually going to the hands of Chris Newsome. Ito makita natin. Another block coming from behind.
Pero dito, walang katakot-takot yung atake ni Newsome kay Ball.
Brickman, not there. Here we go once more, TNT on the attack. Here we go. That's a foul on Jansen Rios.
Oftana will head to the line. Medyo tahimik pa nga dito si Calvin Oftana, only with 4 points.
But they didn't want to give up that easy 2 points. Now foul ni Rios si Oftana. And as we mentioned earlier, 19.5 points ang average sa quarterfinals.
A big jump from the 14 points that he averaged in the eliminations. Pero yung grabe talaga mga talon din, si Pugoy. From 7.9, naging 18 yung average niya. Si Jason Castro, 6.6 lang yung eliminations, naging 14, 14 per game in the quarterfinals.
A lot of players have been stepping up. And one player who has stepped up here in this game is Jansen Rios. 5 points na para sa kanya, and that's his conference high.
CJ Cancino is badly needed by Meralco right now, only with 2 points. Here he is. Cancino finishing through the foul.
That's a tough move galing kay Cancino. Baksak doon. Is that the batak or Oftana?
It's Oftana. Oftana goes down.
Okay. Look at that move by Cancino. A floater off the glass. And Oftana catching him on the contact.
Iniinda pa rin ni Calvin Oftana yung banggaang yun. Looks like he's really shaken up by it. Sa ulo, tinamaan. And that's what strength and conditioning coach Dex Aceron is explaining, I believe, to the family of Calvin.
BGR who had 2 early fouls back in the ball game. Cancino at the line, he's shooting 72% from the stripe. Cancino was the 11th overall draft pick when he was picked in 2024 in the first round.
Dean Meralco was 5 of 9 from the line in the first quarter, pero in the second, yan yung unang free throw nila.
Ang problema ng TNT is that they're giving up a lot of fouls. Even opportunity. Oh, what a wide open shot coming from Mambata.
Biglang nalibre na lang doon si Stingray. Meralco can go 2 for 1 if they want to. Here's Brickman going to Jones. And this time, hindi niya na binigyan ng pag-asa si Ball na masapal pa yun.
That's the second time we've seen it done. Si Brickman, the facilitator that he is, nahahanap niya. Nalilibre si Marvin Jones. Watch it back. Watch that pass. A bounce pass.
A business decision made by BGR. Got out of the picture at hindi na rin umabot si Ball.
And yung punto mo, about 2 for 1. There's 28.3 seconds to go in this half. TNT will get possession. Possibly Meralco might have the last say.
Marvin Jones now with 9 points. He missed his first 7 shots, but has found a way to make an impact here. Ito yung Meralco. They had, they've been looking at a resurgence when it comes to their offense and different looks kasi iba-iba na rin yung mga gumagawa. The road to the semis for them, 8-4 record. And they won 5 of their first 6 games. A strong start for them. Pero medyo nag-dwindle towards the end.
Here we go with the time dwindling. Jordan Henning back on the floor. Let's see what they do. Here's the attack and the score by Jordan Henning. Now with 7.4 seconds to go. Again, yung punta natin about the 2 for 1. That makes good sense here for Meralco because they will have the last say of this half.
You also talked, Dean, about Jordan Henning needing to make an impact here in Game 1. And so far, meron siyang nayabag.
That's 8 points now for Jordan Henning. That's the most Henning has scored in the last 6 games.
Now let's take a look at the road to the semis of TNT. Alam mo, muntingan pang maiwan itong TNT.
Oh, what a comeback that they had to do. Kasi nga, 6-6 on record nila sa eliminations. On record nila, they were the 8th seed. They lost their last 3 games in the eliminations. Then they bounced back to win 2 in a row. sa quarterfinals. And they survived, and that's the reason kung bakit nandito na sila sa semifinals.
Let's remember that TNT are the defending champions of the Commissioner's Cup. It was Ronde Hollis Jefferson that they had when they won it in season 49.
Hold on. Oh, bumalik si BGR, nandiyan din si Kelly Williams. Now we're there in the front court. Newsom! Oh, what a move. What a move by Chris Newsom. And they got it with still some time to spare, but the time has expired. The lead is 4 for TNT at the end of the half.
Nagkaroon ng konting lituhan sa depensa ng TNT, pati sa lineup yata nila That was all Newsom needed to score the final basket of the first half. It's a 4-point game after the first 24 minutes. TNT still ahead.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events. The thrilling moments. And relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Everyone, my name is Carla Lizardo Sulit. Welcome back to our live chat party for our 50th Commissioner's Cup. We are watching the semifinals right here on our One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. Ang ating score at the half, lamang ang TNT by 4 points, 53-49 against Meralco. Let's look at the stats to paint a picture of what has been happening here in the first quarter. TNT has been dominating with their points in the paint. Lalamang sila, they're up 36-18. We would see na parang naghahabulan tong dalawang teams. TNT would extend the lead, then habol itong Meralco, and that's because Meralco is doing better from their perimeter points naman, 25-11. But TNT also making the most of Meralco's turnovers. Lamang sila sa points of turnovers, 9-3. Let's check out some of the top players for both of these teams. Para dito sa Meralco, Quinto, Newsome, and Jones all have 9 points, but they're not getting enough from their import Marvin Jones. He is struggling to get going here in the first half, only hitting 3 out of 11 from the field. So we'll see how he will, kung paano siya babawi here in the second half. But it's a different picture para dito sa TNT because Ball already has 22.7 rebounds and 6 assists. Pogoy has 13 points. Heading has 8. Another player that is stepping up para dito sa TNT. And just to note, an interesting courtside report galing kay Bel Gregorio kanina. Sabi niya na nag-heart-to-heart ang TNT between Ball and the local players. And sabi daw ng local players na sana mas i-involve sila. And sabi ni Ball, sana daw mas maaga nilang sinabi. And we see a big difference in that because today, he has 6 assists in the first half alone. Pero ng quarterfinals matchup nila against NLEX, 0 assists in both of those games. So that's an interesting change in dynamic para dito sa TNT. Let's see how that will work out for them as we move on to the rest of the game. But before that, silipin na muna natin ang ating first half highlights. Simula pa lang, Ball playing bully ball at the hoop with a fadeaway jumper, kicking off the scoring para dito sa TNT. But Brickman answers back with a 3-pointer para sa Meralco. Ball dime to Calvin Oftana for that easy 2. And then look at this move, double crossover and the easy jumper to get another point para dito sa TNT. They are up by 3. Williams turning back the clock with that big putback slam. Jordan Heading, another local stepping up para dito sa TNT with a step back 3. And Ball is just unstoppable here in the first quarter. He already has 15 points to kick off this game. Now we move on to the second quarter. TNT up by 9, 30-21. Ball just swats the ball away right there. And then Jansen Rios, a player who is making an impact para dito sa Meralco, nails a 3-pointer, keeping them in the game. RR Pogoy gets going from the post. And then Bong Quinto, who has been stepping up para dito sa Meralco, especially in the quarterfinals, is wide open for that 4 and gets it to go. Marvin Jones, again, struggling in this game, 3 out of 11 from the field, but he made that 3-pointer. And Meralco hoping that will spark some momentum for them. But RR Pogoy just answers back with a 3-pointer para dito sa TNT. And sinundan pa ng 3-pointer nitong si Ball. So it has been an interesting exchange between these two teams so far. It's going to be an exciting second half. But before we head back to the game, it's time for some shoutouts. Again, kung gusto niyo ng shoutout dito sa ating live chat party, just state your name and where you are watching from, and I will give you a shoutout later on. Sabi ni Roniel Reyes, Meralco ang mananalo ngayon. Sabi ni Haya, TNT sana manalo at makapasok sa finals. Giving a shout out to Francis from Cagayan Valley. Alvin, sabi ni Alvin, TNT Ginebra ang maglalaban sa finals. Sabi naman ni Virgilio, let's go Meralco Bolts. Rex is cheering for TNT. We have Richard watching from Cavite, Maki from Batangas, Hazel from Nueva Vizcaya, and Prince. Sabi naman ni Prince, sana manalo ang Meralco here today. Again, throwing out our question for the day. Also, let us know your thoughts about the game so far. But our question for today is, which locals will step up in Game 1? Will it be TNT or Meralco? Now, I know na we have fans watching from all around the Philippines at meron rin tayong fans na nanonood from abroad. If you need to send money to the Philippines, check out TapTapSend para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines. Download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Once again, we are at the half of our first semifinals matchup. TNT is up by 453 to 49. The game will start in a bit.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days.
The semifinals sa pagitan ng Meralco at TNT. The Tropa up by 4 points, 53 to 49. At the full, thank you for joining us on RPTV. John Sulit here with the Dean Quinito Henson. The Dean, your thoughts on that first half?
Well, in the first quarter, TNT had the edge over Meralco in terms of points. They outscored them by 7 points, but nakabalik ang Meralco sa second quarter, and they outscored TNT by 3. Check out the field goal percentages here, 59%. Make that 60% for TNT. That's a high rate from the field, and only 43% from Meralco. And turnovers and points of turnovers, while both had the same number of turnovers, mas maraming points of turnovers ang TNT. That's +6 in that department. That's critical in a game that's this close. Points in the paint, malaki ang lamang ng TNT. Perimeter points, malaki naman ang lamang ng Meralco. So it's been the perimeter shooting of Meralco versus the paint scoring of TNT. And that's the reason, Judd, why you have TNT scoring close to 60% from the field.
That's right. Magkaiba yung pinagkuhanan ng puntos netong TNT at Meralco. And for the Tropa, the scoring has been dominated by two guys, Ball and Pugoy.
Well, for Meralco, not a single player in double figures. But yes, Ball Manud Ball is actually working on a triple-double. 22 points, 7 rebounds, and a conference high 6 assists. Never seen him pass that ball so much in his entire career here in the PBA. But R.R. Pugoy, 13 points in a starting role. And then Jordan Heading, as we said, he hasn't scored this much in the last, well, this is the last 5 games, 6 including this one. And that's 8 points coming from Jordan.
Let's send it over now to Eileen Chi, who spoke with Coach Sandro Soriano.
Coach Sandro, TNT has been controlling points in the paint while you're leading in the perimeter points. Is this to your liking, and what adjustments are you looking to make this second half?
Well, generally our defense is a problem right now. They're shooting around 60%, especially points in the paint. They're getting a lot of points from there. We just have to have more intensity, not get them into their sweet spots, and control what they try to do on offense.
Thank you so much, Coach Sandro.
Thank you, Eileen. There you heard Coach Sandro Soriano, assistant coach for the Meralco Bulls. Did you mentioned yung triple-double watch nito ni Ball. Dare we say, a quadruple-double watch? May 4 na blocks din yan. Baka sakali nga yun. It makes history. And a lot of the shots that he blocked, mga tira ni Marvin Jones, di ba?
Well, he's making life severely difficult for Marvin Jones. And here's Jones, now being defended by BGR. Yan ang import stopper ng TNT. And he scores. Scores the first basket of the second half.
That is a big, big plus sign para sa Meralco because Jones actually missed his first 7 shots of the game. And as we head into the third quarter, balikan natin yung Dean's mo for TNT.
Well, for TNT, we've got 2 X marks and 1 check mark. The check mark was they've been able to attack close to the rim, which is the reason why they have a big edge in paint points. But their bench support has not been there. They've only scored 10 points from the bench. And they have not been able to restrict the ball movement ng Meralco. Meralco with 13 assists so far, and TNT only 9. But for Meralco, even if they were down 4 at the half, they've got 3 check marks. They've been able to crack down on Calvin. Only has 5 points so far. He's taken only 3 attempts from the field. And here's an outside shot. Oh, nothing but that. Yeah.
Gives the lead to Meralco, Dean, for the first time since the first quarter.
That's probably the reason why we have 3 check marks here for Meralco. They've been able to crack down on Calvin, number 1. They've been able to step on the gas. Fast break points is 4 and 0. And they've been able to be aware of the foul situation. They've given only 9 free throws to TNT so far.
Pero pitalik naman agad na ni R.R. Pugoy lamang dito sa Tropa. So let's see kung ma-maintain ng Meralco yung mga positive signs na yun here in the second half. That skip pass taken away by Oftana. Pero yung depensa ng Meralco quick to settle down.
Well, they were waiting for ball to come up court, and there is that swipe that we were saying, the point guard. 3-on-1 fast break, and they will back. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that's a clean block.
That's a clean block. Went off the rim. Here's Tambata.
Sorry, it's not a block, pero it's a legal move. Pag talbog sa ring, you tap it out. BGR with the presence of mind.
That's not a goaltend. And there's no protest either coming from Meralco. But that was a 3-on-1 fast break, but swatted away there by BGR. That's a legal play. Now,
pero another steal by Meralco.
Yeah, another turnover against TNT.
Jones.
Wide open shot.
Now he's not missing those mid-range Jays.
1 point lead here from Meralco. And Judd, yung steal kanina ni Brickman off Manud, or Manud ball, that's a flop. That's a flop. And they're going to call that flop on Cliff Hodge. He wants a review. I don't think they'll review. Oh, will they review?
They're going to challenge that ball.
Oh, Okay.
There's a challenge on the call by the Meralco.
And Hodge, very upset.
Let's watch it again. Well, even before that, there's a head coach challenge. You see Coach Luigi Trillo.
Yan na natin.
That's a flop. I would say that's a flop. I don't think there was any upward motion on the part of Ball. Look at that. Oh, that's...
The problem there was it was a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
Lalo na pag si-slow mo. Diba? Parang syempre may emphasize na pagtama. There was a split second before Hodge kind of jerked back and fell to the ground.
After ng review, ang tawag na flop kay Clippage ay mag-i-stay.
Yeah.
Technical foul, Clippage for flopping. 1 free throw. Token text. Challenge of Meralco Bulls is not successful.
And that's it. Not successful yung challenge ng TNT. And that's very clear. And we called it right as it happened. That was a flop. And, you know, by the way, John, I just want to be able to say that the bleachers here at the Inara Center Antipolo are full. We are back to the rafters, and it's so nice to see Antipolo filled to capacity for this, just the first games of our semifinals.
Actually, papasok pa lang din, di ba? We were talking before we went on air, before the game even started. Papasok pa lang dito sa Inares Center. Kita mo na hindi ka makapag-park agad. There were people trying to get their hands on tickets outside. And why not? Look at this. It's a great game. Pogoy gives the lead back to TNT with that jumper. Meron na siyang 17 points.
And Pogoy just going to work at the post. Nakapuntos ang TNT sa technical foul against Cliff Hodge at flop.
Jones for three. Missing. Hodge on the putback.
Offensive rebounding position by Cliff Hodge. Wala dun si Ball. And so Cliff Hodge took advantage of that space.
Pogoy gustong atakihin sa poste si Cancino. Now it's ball against a smaller Newsom.
He was off balance that time. He forced it. Tumatakbo ngayon ang Meralco. They want to attack while Paul is still in the backcourt.
Extra passing. Meralco moving that ball well enough to get 2 easy points.
And 2-point lead here for Meralco. I think that's the biggest lead of Meralco in this entire game. Biggest lead in TNT was 11. Cliff Hodge playing defense against Paul Manud Ball.
Almost another steal para sa Meralco. Pogoy, lapas kay ng bata. 3 ball doesn't work. Jones with the board.
And Ball was far away from the basket to get a possible offensive rebound. Jones is going to capitalize.
It feels like Ball has become a little more passive dito sa third quarter. Pero eto siya. Siya kumuha ng rebound. Siya na rin magbababa. Looking to make things happen now. BGR. Back to Ball. Jumper by the baseline.
That's a tough shot. Coming from Ball Manud Ball. And we were just noticing that answering the call here in the second half, a little passive, but not with that kind of a shot. Mahirap na tiro. That was a turnaround fade.
Jones was able to recover.
That's a foul.
And he was fouled by Pogoy.
We're being treated to a wonderful match, certainly a thriller. Edging turnaround, a little bit of a fade coming from Ball Manud Ball.
Dayan mo 7-3 ka na, medyo fade away pa. And then he shoots at the top of his arms. Cancino gets it back.
Off the glass, presence of mind, very active around the boards.
And credit as well to Cliff Hodge.
Oh yeah, kept that ball alive. Hustle plays we're seeing here. And I think that's going to make the difference. Not only in this game, but in the series. The team that will have a lot more gas in the tank for those hustle plays will win.
The numbers on your screens, offensive rebound. Pagdating sa department na yon, lamang ang Bolts. That has led to their 2-point advantage.
And Ball played only 9 games in his collegiate career at Oregon. He suffered a fracture in his left foot, limiting his action. One of his collegiate teammates was Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics. Eliminated na Boston, by the way.
Yeah. Alam mo, din,
very early.
Oregon team na yun, ang dami rin palang mahuhusay na minalaro came out of that
program
team in Oregon team.
And Marvin Jones missed an easy shot. Should have entered, but didn't.
A push.
And that will be number 3 on BGR.
That's
number 4.
Double check. Oh, you're correct din. Pangatlo pa lang ni BGR. And he's trying to contest that ball. Pero meron muna tayong timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Our trusted post-game bonus partner, Lion, our official home innovation partner, LG Law, our official character, Healthy and Pure Brand, our official hydration partner, Jamaica Tech, our official IT partner, our value licensees, PBA Rush and Signal, Roll Balance, Daily Fantasy.
Let's talk about RR Pagoy. Pinag-usapan na natin kanina din yung pag-step up niya in the quarterfinals where his scoring average took a major leap from 7.9 in the LMs to 18 per game in the quarters.
Well, he certainly has found his groove just when Coach Chantres badly needed his presence. And by the way, here in the third quarter, kung saan lumamang na Meralco, up by 1. Meralco has had 3 assists in this quarter against none for TNT. And another block here coming from Ball.
And that's going to be...
Yeah, TNT ball. So not only has Meralco gotten the advantage in assists 3-0 sa ating third quarter, but also in rebounding. They're out rebounding TNT 7-4 in this quarter so far.
Let's see what the Tropa will be able to churn out dito sa possession na to. Ng batak. Chased by Brick. Ball. Saw a smaller Brickman and knew exactly what to do. He's going to head back to the line.
Now that tendency of Ballman with ball, when he goes up for a jump shot, he pump fakes. You know, he always cocks the ball before he releases. And that gives a chance for the defense either to foul him or he takes a poor shot. But he missed the free throw that time, so good gamble on the part of Meralco. Ito so far, nakaka-5 block shots na.
Yung free throws lang have not been too kind for Ball.
And he's missed 2. He's shooting 61% from the line this conference.
In this game, he's now 4 of 8. Cancino blocked again by Ball.
At 6 blocks now coming from Ballman with ball. Man down.
And the action between Brickman and BGR is going to be reviewed. Ito, tinulit natin. Cancino saw an open lane. Ball set. This Tibay defensive stop of the half is brought to you by Pioneer Elastosil. Tibay defense sa tagnet ng tagbunan, Elastosil mo yan.
That was a clean block. Running kay Ball Manud Ball.
Baka mauna pa siyang maka 10 blocks ng 10 assists league.
Sabi mo nga, baka mag-trouble double ko.
Yan yung nangyari between Brickman and BGR. There was a whistle. Now, here's the thing. I did not see kung ano yung unang sinenyas after the whistle because they immediately pointed to the review.
Meralco's claiming that there was a flop by BGR at kanina natawagan ng flop si Glenn Hodge. And that made TNT technical function. Okay, here we go with the judgment of our referees.
And this is always the most pressure-packed moments for referees kasi yung buong Coliseum sa kanila nakatingin waiting kung anong...
Well, there was a foul on Brickman. So walang flop yun. And also every call is critical because, you know, the game is close. It's just a 1-point lead by Meralco over TNT.
Ball against Hodge. May foul again on Meralco. So that will put them at the limit.
That's 5 team fouls now against Meralco. Ball keeps checking in.
Bell, anong balita?
Sa huling huddle ng TNT, pinaalala ni Coach Chot kay Ball not to take rebounding for granted. In his words, they're beating us on the 50-50s dahil kapag akala ng TNT na okay na yung possession, Meralco finds a way to create something through their extra effort. Kaya tsaga-tsaga lang daw, they have to win the effort.
Thank you so much, Bell. Napansin mo yung kanina din, that ball was far from the basket. Kapag tumitira ang Meralco, di ba kaya nagkaroon ng mga offensive rebounds sila Cancino, sila Hodge.
And that time, he was also far from the basket, but on the offensive end, naka 3 points. 28 points now for Ball Manud Ball. Still a lot of time dito sa ating third quarter. He's already close to making 30 points. This guy is averaging 37 points a game. That's just an unbelievable output.
Glenn Kubundin checking into the game.
He had those big three-pointers in that second win of TNT over NLEX. Open shot for Brickman, not able to find the mark.
He hit 2 threes in the first quarter, tapos wala na tayong narinig ulit. In terms of scoring from Brickman, Ball. Ating pa rin kay Pugoy. R to Nambata. Attacks the closeout. Stingray. Napigilan ni Brickman. Jason on the run. Brickman to Hodge. Quinto sa kanto. No good.
Fresh off the bench, Quinto not able to find the mark.
And both teams have been bleeding for points. Dito sa third quarter, our scoring is just 13-11, favoring Meralco.
And that time an air ball coming from Ball Manud Ball. Meralco's willing to give up that shot. And Ball raising up his arm, apologizing to his bench.
Parang heat check yung tinira niya kasi he hit a three-pointer a couple of possessions ago.
Just a 2-point lead here for TNT. Cliff Hodge going to the bench.
Dean, can I just say this? Throw it out there. Uso ngayon ang overtime sa mga game 1.
Pati sa NBA.
O kaya nga eh. So, magtuloy kaya yung trend na yun dito sa game 1 na to. Nusa. Trying to create space. Back out to break. Jason hung in the air.
David. There's a big chance now for TNT. Heading's done a good job quarterbacking this team.
Williams, pinag-isipan yung tres. He had that big put-back dunk back in the first half. Another 3 minutes to play in the third. Oftana, that three, rims out.
Almost in for Calvin Oftana. Would have been a beautiful assist coming from Heading. By the way, Heading playing with Castro on the floor. And Heading is bringing up the ball, so it allows Castro to have more movement on the offensive end.
Jones!
And he will score.
Puts it in. Good entry pass, good presence of mind para kay Jones.
And also wala si Paul on the floor. So Marvin Jones, seeing what the defense is giving him, easy 2 points para sa kanya. He'll be at the line when we come back.
We have timeout brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook. The United Center in Antipolo is packed to the roof as we play game 1 of the semifinals. Parehong serye, maglalaro ng game 1 ngayon. Right now, it's Meralco versus TNT. Marvin Jones giving Meralco the lead, 65-64 with a couple of minutes left in the third. Mamaya, syempre, Barangay Ginebra versus Rain or Shine. But here's Heading, dancing with Brickman. A foul on the Meralco guard. And that's going to send Heading to the line.
And they're attacking Brickman's defense, going one-on-one against him. Nasa penalty situation ang Meralco. They're clearing the floor for Heading to go one-on-one against Brickman.
Brickman has picked up a number of fouls here in the third quarter. Samantala, Heading, that's his first point here in the second half.
And he'll break into double figures with his shot, and he does. That's 10 points now for Heading. I remember the first time Meralco and TNT played in the eliminations. Heading had 21 points in that contest, and Oftana was held to 10.
Nusam, nakalusot!
They're attacking the paint. Alam nila, wala nang rim protector ang TNT for the moment as Paul is sitting on the bench.
Ibs Kabutin setting up Castro. The blur. Using that speed, labasan na kay Williams. Sa sobrang bilis ni Castro, ang nagbanggaan doon, yung dalawang magkakamping Meralco. Jones and Rios. The ball was tapped away. TNT will still have it, but only with 6 seconds on their shot clock.
Oh, what a beautiful play.
Wow!
Beautiful play. Hindi na-anticipate siya ng Meralco.
Bugoy now with 19. Si Castro wala pang puntos, but that's his second assist.
What an execution for TNT off the inbound. Oh, that's going to be over the back.
Newsom had to make that emergency pass, and Brickman was caught off guard.
Look at that pass from the inbound and execution. Galing sa TNT.
Ganda ng read and react doon ni Bugoy.
Turnover against Meralco gives TNT another possession. Kung konting oras na lang dito sa ating third quarter. That's a nice pass coming from Jason, but no connection from Kelly Williams.
Rios inside to Bates.
Unselfish play. Unselfish play. That was a wide open shot for Rios. And kanina, he already had a three-pointer. But Bates was wide open inside. Again, wala si ball. Meralco continuing to score inside the painted area.
Castro.
What a block
by Bates.
Bates, two excellent plays. A conversion on one end and then the block on the other.
That's the first block of Meralco. Habang nakaka-anim ng TNT, yung anim na yun, lahat galing kay Ball.
And there's going to be a foul on Meralco. Jason Castro fishing for that. Ayan ang intelligence ni Jason Castro. Kita-kita sa play na yun.
All the years, the decades of Coach Chot Reyes and Jason Castro working together, nahuli na nila yung formula din of kung paano medyo ipe-pace lang si Jason in the elimination round so that he's ready to go full throttle pagdating ng playoffs.
Well, Jason Castro is just a phenomenon in the PBA. You know, he's turning 40 years old on June 30, and he's still playing at a very high level. Missing the free throw. Score is tied. This is the way you want a playoff game. Whether it's game 1 or game 7. As close as it can be.
Brickman reading defense. Ball lands back in his hands. Banquero for 4. CB misses. Quinto unable to save it.
.2 seconds to go. Waiting for the last shot here is TNT.
They go to Pugoy. Gusto niyang postehan si Banquero. Now it's heading. Sees a lane. Oh, he misses it.
He missed.
Brickman off to the right. Libre si Heading, but the layup.
But a lot of English, a lot of mustard in that shot. Kanya hindi pumasok. I don't think he could believe that he was that open. Kanya tuloy nagbintes.
But after 36 minutes, tabla tayo 69 apiece.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Between Meralco and TNT, ang Bonds kumuha ng punto sa labas. They knock down their outside shots simula pa ng first half. But on the contrary, sa loob naman pumuntos. Etong TNT, dinikdik nila yung bola sa ilalim, overpowering the Bonds underneath. Heading also some major contributions. 10 points para kay Jordan. Tapos sa labanan ng dalawang imports, well, numbers-wise, lalong-lalo na sa scoring, that matchup has belonged to Ball Manood Ball, who opened up this game with 15 points in the first quarter. And he has had his fingerprints in different departments of this game, Dean.
Well, starting this fourth period, Ball is back on the floor. Octana is not in the game. Jason Castro missing. Octana held to just 6 points in this contest. That's a big reason kung bakit Meralco has been able to tie this ball game despite being down 11 earlier on.
Interestingly, Jones is on the bench for the Bolts to start the fourth. Quinto, the step back. That rolls in.
And the lead is back with Meralco.
11 points for Quinto. Remember back in game 2 of the quarterfinals, naka-11 points siya in only the fourth quarter in overtime.
Now he has matched that total. Here's R.R. Pagoy.
Great box out by Rios.
Rios is earning his minutes in this contest. Even if Aftana is not on the floor, he's been defending Aftana extremely well.
Banquero. Gustong sayawan si Kubuntin. Simi backs it in.
Just 4 points coming from Banquero, but that was a big one as the lead now is stretched to 4. Biggest lead of the game for Meralco at 4.
Bates tried to put a body in front of Ball, pero natawagan siya na blocking foul.
Niyoyo pa ni Chris Banquero yung tira, and that went in. Watch it from another angle. Going up against Glenn Cobuntin, using his quickness. Missing the free throw once more is Paul Manut Ball. That was in the act of shooting.
Under 50% from the free throw line.
28 points. And he's missed both. TNT getting another possession. By the way, in 28 points game, Ball, watch it here.
Ball
Whoa.
sees an open lane.
You see that dunk, two-handed slam dunk, that head of Paul Manut Ball almost hitting the ring. Can you imagine that?
Nagsayang pa siya ng energy, tumalon pa siya eh. He could have really scored.
So now, that's 30 points para sa kanya. That's 2 more than what he scored against Meralco in the eliminations.
Black hesitated.
Yeah.
That's what the presence of Ball can do to you. He'll make you think twice about the attack on the inside.
Ito, panoorin ulit natin kung ano nangyari. You see that spin move of Paul Manut Ball to get free. And who's gonna stop him? Two-handed slam dunk. But Meralco still up ahead by 2. But Tana is now on the floor.
Here's Ball.
Attacking, and he loses control.
Heading picks it up, nawala rin sa kanya.
Ball is still on the ground. Bates actually did a good job of stopping that dribble move by Paul Manut Ball.
Oh, you go back to the first championship ng Meralco in the PBA, that Philippine Cup Series against San Miguel. Bates earned his minutes by giving the 9-time MVP Jumar Fajardo a difficult time.
Wide open shot coming from Banquero. Didn't him find the mark.
Castro back to Ball. And there he is! The hammer! From Paul Manut Ball!
Sabi ni Ball, sandali, you stopped me last time out, you're not gonna stop me a second straight time. The pass coming from Castro, and the attack coming from Ball. You see that extra step. Watch it here. The bump coming from Brandon Bates. He tried to stop the field goal and just sent the ball to the line for 2 free throws, but he couldn't stop.
Bell, what do you have?
3 keys for Coach Nenad after listening in sa kanilang huling huddle. Make sure they scan the floor smartly and go for the best option when TNT zones them. Number 2, good job on how they outsmarted TNT with their rebounds and out-rebounding them. Also outscoring them in second chance points in the third, 4-0. And lastly, be careful with Pagoy at the post. Sa TNT naman, isa lang ang hiling ni Coach Chot. Defend the ball screens better, especially after Meralco outscored them 20-16 in that third quarter. Jack and Dito.
Thank you so much, Bell. Ball was able to get the 3-point play dahil dun sa replacement free throw. And he has 33 in total. 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 blocks.
Well, Bell's report on the way Meralco played defense in the third quarter is on point. TNT held to only 16 points in that third quarter.
Black against Castro. AB, he loves that shot. Pero may ilang talaga eh. Yung alam mo lang na nandun si Ball Manood Ball.
He wanted to attack Jason Castro's size at the post. Castro, that's a back pass.
Nusam bigay kay Quinto. And they finish the fast break. Meralco back ahead.
13 points for Quinto, and another turnover against TNT. And it's been the defense of Meralco creating that situation, the problems. Here we go once more. Ball. He's gonna attack, and he will be fouled once more.
This is probably the most aggressive that we've seen ball in this game. Pero itong yung connection nila ni Castro was off. Nusam. Finding Quinto.
Excellent pass coming from Newsom, missing the free throw once more. Marvin Jones is checking back in. With 8:16 to go, it's going back to the bench.
So a well-rested Marvin Jones checks back in para sa Meralco. Let's see what he's able to do here. Ball misses both. So Meralco stays ahead. A little over 8 minutes left in the game. Banquero going to Jones.
Up against Ball. He's wondering, well, that's the dish. And here's Newsom giving it back to Jones. He will attempt, that defensive, or the presence, the defensive presence in Ball, just making him miss those shots.
TNT slowing down this game here in the fourth. Newsom looks like he's hurt.
Oftana, is he gonna make it?
Oh,
He
a
does.
big one!
That is what TNT has been waiting for. Oftana's explosion. Now has 9 points. Still not in double figures.
Unang tres ni Calvin in this game. Banquero could not answer back. Ending pumulot ng rebound. Meralco is choosing to roll with Aaron Black over CJ Cancino. And Oftana makes it back-to-back hits.
All of a sudden, Oftana is in double figures. Kaya na lang sinabi natin that he has yet to reach double figures. 5 straight points for him.
8-0 run para sa TNT. They can extend it as they force another stop.
Meralco looking a little disorganized. I think they need a timeout. This is a serious run now, ignited by TNT. Anchored on Oftana.
Bogoy kontra kay Quinto. And he just made minced meat of the defense of Meralco.
Buti nga, hindi natawagan ng flop. Si Quinto on that previous play. Here's Oftana with a 3.
And that three-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. TNT with a 10-0 run. And suddenly they're up 81-75.
Calvin, naramdaman naman yung local support when it came to the quarterfinals. What fueled this, and how will you ensure that this will be sustained come the semis?
I think being the star of our own role, yun yung sinabi ni Coach, and syempre the willingness of everyone na maglaro to win the game. And yun talaga yung nag-fuel sa amin. And syempre, Kuya Jason being there na as our leader. And yung consistency ni Pugoy na ngayon sa offense, and that would help us a lot. Talaga.
Itong si Calvin Octane has also become one of the vets. He's one of the younger players din dito sa TNT, pero veterano na rin talaga eh.
And also very humble. He's 30 years old now, so yes, he is a veteran. Here's a nice floater coming from Brickman. That's his first 2 points since the first quarter when he hit 2 triples.
And that one was badly needed din dahil 10-0 run yung binasag doon ni Brickman.
Hodge in the game to play defense against Octana because nakita ni Coach Nena, ni Coach Luigi, nag-iinip na si Octana. They don't want this guy to explode.
Heading.
What a score. Heading has been phenomenal in this game. 12 points now. And he's playing point guard as well.
Meralco, where will they go? Hodge looking for Brickman. Now it's with Jones. Nothing much happening. Only 5 on the shot clock. Here's Marvin. His floater doesn't work. He really has had a troublesome game. 6 of 18 from the field.
Ang ganda na napasa galing kay Brickman, but just couldn't finish the job. And that presence of ball is really affecting his shot.
Pero we go back to yung previous meeting na itong dalawang teams. Jones scored 29 points.
Exactly. He actually outscored.
Oftana!
Here he goes.
That was a big one.
What TNT has been waiting for. The explosion of Calvin Oftana.
Ang bibigat ng mga binitawang tres dito ni Oftana in the fourth quarter. He's had 2 of them. And then the steal by Heading.
And he's off to the races. He will score again. That's 14 points now for Jordan Heading. What a spectacular game he too is playing in this contest.
A 15-2 extended run. Make that 17-2 extended run para sa TNT. As we go back to this shot of Oftana, another 3-point shot na hatid sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. Calvin Oftana started the fourth quarter with not a lot of points, but suddenly he has 14 to his name, and TNT is up by 11. Look at this crowd inside the Inares Center in Antipolo. And first game pa lang tayo, mamaya game 1 din sa pagitan ng Rain or Shine at Barangay Ginebra. There you see PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall and PBA Governor Mr. Al Francis Chua, Governor of course of Barangay Ginebra and Vice Chairman of the board. Wow, what a treat this game has been para sa lahat ng nandito sa loob ng Inares Center din, and hindi pa tayo tapos at may second game pa sila.
TNT has opened up a huge 11-point lead down the stretch. Oftana has been leading the charge, but it is Jordan Heading.
Marvin
outside
Jones.
shot.
Another
Heading
miss.
with a big rebound out of nowhere. Siya pa kumukuha ng rebound. Heading has been alternately playing point guard, two guard. Right now he's playing the two guard, but ito, bagal yung bola. Montana has it.
Montana.
That's gonna be a tough shot. Well
Ito yung
defended.
Meralco. Cancino. Matagal tong umupo sa bench ng Bolts. Let's see what he's able to do here. They need some spark on offense. Jones coming from the pass mula kay Brickman.
Yung TNT, bumabalik ang Meralco. Lead is
18 points for Jones. And that was also the 5th assist mula kay Brickman.
Arar Pagoy against Newsom. What a matchup that is. Pagoy using that shield coming from Ball.
Newsom staying in front of him. A miss for RR. And that's going to be a foul on Batak.
May rebounding position ng Meralco. Cancino had the jump on Lambatak. Wala pa naman sa penalty and TNT. That's just the second team foul. Coach Otreas just egging his players. 3:22 to go.
Pero hit na ng margin of error para dito sa Meralco.
There's going to be a foul, an offensive foul. I'll call it on Cliff Hodge. Pagsak doon si Nambata. Oh, check that.
Pagoy.
It's Pagoy. This is something that Meralco cannot afford. Giving up a possession.
Oh, the foul was actually on Hodge.
Yeah, it was on Hodge. Pagsak doon si Pagoy.
Dun sa
change in possession.
And Meralco no longer has a challenge. They lost their challenge earlier in the game. Nagbibiruan pa si Newsom and Pugoy. You know, it's nice for these players to have these little pockets of light moments, even in an intense game. Henning will have none of it, as he's all business sa larong to.
At 16 points after Henning.
Cancino tinamaan ni Heading. Quick to apologize.
Marvin Jones just outplayed here by Ball Manute Ball. There's 2:54 to go in this contest, and Jones 18 points. Ball Manute Ball with 33 points. That's part of the course for the big guy.
Well, Ball really set the tone here. First quarter pa lang, di ba, with 15 points. But not all is lost.
That's another assist coming from Brickman. Hinahanap niya si Marvin Jones. And Jones has to make himself available for those passes close to the basket.
Actually, kanina pa yung dalawang yun. They've been connecting so well, Brickman to Jones. Naka-20 pa rin. Ito si Marvin. They're down by 9. Here's TNT heading. Gas Cancino in front of him. Staggered screens being set for Jordan.
Gotta put it up.
Left.
Gotta put it
He
up.
doesn't realize it. And look at what Jones did. Pababa na agad siya sa depensa because he knew, hindi na ito makakatira.
Big error on the part of Heading, but at least he wasted away the 24 seconds.
And you know what? Sure, nakikita na Heading should have been more aware, but he also had teammates both on the floor and on the bench na sana'y nakapagpaalala that they were running out of time. Meantime, here's Meralco. Cancino. Gliding in. CJ with a floater. He's got 12.
And it's a big fight back now coming from Meralco.
Winning time has been announced inside the Inares Center in Antipolo. TNT up by 7. Hinahanap nila si Ball. Jones in front of him. Ball shoots to the back of the board, and that's going to go back to the side of Meralco.
Big turnover. 7 points ang hinahabol ng Meralco. They need a quick 2 or a big 3.
Brickman.
There's the 3.
No good. Jones with a board. He's looking for a teammate. It's with Newsome now. Nunu, bunny kay Jones, thought about it. Shoots over ball, finds the bottom of the net. 5-point game.
1:24 to go. Pwede pa ito. Meralco's fighting back. As we mentioned, some big baskets heading, controlling the play from the backcourt. Now it's with Ball against Jones. Here we go.
Ball
With the move.
shoots over the defense. A big bucket for Ball. Magmamadali pabalik ang Meralco. It's Jones. Thought about the 3. Aatake ngayon. Labas kay Quinto. 4 ang hanapin.
Oh, yes.
Ball Quinto with a major 4.
The lead is 3.
Game under a minute to go.
They looked for the long bomb. They got it. Less than a minute to go.
Ball.
And he will score.
Wow.
What a way to score. The lead is 5. Are they looking for another 4?
Quinto, bigay kay Newsome.
They need to hurry up. But that defense of TNT cutting up a lot of time. There's a
Jones
three-pointer.
for 3.
Hindi na pumasok. There's going to be a foul.
And a foul called on Quinto. Sinasabi niya na ball na raw yung tinamaan niya. But this was his big 4-pointer a couple of possessions ago.
That trimmed the lead to 3. And now, penalty situation in effect.
Ito
What
naman.
about that gliding move coming from Manood Ball?
And the emotions pouring out here in the fourth quarter. Meralco sinusubukang makabalik. And it's a gallant fight back here, but TNT doing everything they can to stay in front and stay in control. .4 seconds left. Quinto with 17 points. But he might need more. Meralco will need una sa lahat, a stop.
Well, there will be free throws coming up for Calvin Oftana. Oftana, averaging 19.5 in the playoffs, has been held to 14. Major contributions from different players. Actually on both sides.
Let's see
Ito
kung
makita natin.
bola nga lang ba hindi namaan ni Quinto.
He's tried to slap that ball from behind. And he was called for the foul.
From that point of view, might have had a case.
With 25.4 seconds to go. TNT with a 5-point lead.
2-4 na naipasok.
Sandali, hindi pa pala penalty. Hindi pa pala penalty yung Meralco. So this will just be a side court throw-in.
Ball has played great. He gets it again. Oh, a quick trigger. And
There's a
Jones
mad scramble.
able to get it. Ball is loose. Oftana.
Clock ticking away. Now they give up the foul with 11.2 seconds to go. And that will put Oftana at the line.
This was a very quick shot para kay Ball. And
they had a lot of time to make the shot.
And Meralco also had a very big opportunity to get possession.
Winnable, or rather doable situation for Meralco. But that's what you call the 50-50 balls, landing TNT's way.
And remember, yung report ni Bell kanina saying Coach Chon actually asked Manood Ball to get in the mix and help them get those 50-50 balls. Yun mismo yung ginawa niya. However, Oftana misses that free throw, leaving the door open, slightly open for Meralco.
Double-double for him. And earlier, napag-usapan natin how important it is
A
for
miss
players
for Oftana.
to hustle.
Newsome, back to Jones
That's
for
a four.
four.
That's a four.
Leaves it short, and that will be game one. TNT escapes with a 94-89 win over Meralco as they draw first blood in this series, 1-0. Pero din ang TNT, they had to earn this win.
TNT getting a lot of support para kay Bo. As usual, Bo with 37 points. But the best player of the game, pinili natin, someone who has been struggling to rediscover his game, si Jordan Henny with 16 points. And yung mga ginawa niya, he didn't settle for the outside shot. He attacked, he was aggressive. And he put TNT on his back, particularly in the fourth period. And as we said, he hadn't scored more than 6 points over the last 5 games. And now breaking out with 16.
And he leads TNT to this 94-89 win in game one of their semifinals against the Meralco Bolts. Final score, again, 94-89 mula po sa Inares Center. Pero una pa lang yan sa dalawang game one na mapapanood ninyo dito sa RPTV. You got Rain or Shine in Barangay Ginebra coming right up for my partners, the Dean Quinito Henson and Miss Bel Gregorio, para rin sa aming production and technical teams. John Sulit here, thanking you for watching the semifinals of the Commissioner's Cup. Don't forget, it's Rain or Shine versus Ginebra coming right up.
TNT takes game one of this best-of-7 semifinal series, and I'm joined by our best player of the game, Jordan Henning. Jordan, congratulations. This entire conference, you've managed to find ways to impact the game apart from scoring, but today you more than doubled your scoring output. What allowed you to do just that?
You know, just taking the game as it comes, and whatever happens, happens, and just taking what the defense gives me.
Jordan, this is a long series. What are you looking to improve on in the coming games?
Yeah, I mean, they did really good just executing their on-ball, so we gotta fix our on-ball defense a little bit, make sure we don't give up any more offensive rebounds, and just stay solid.
Jordan, we are hearing a lot of fans cheering out here at the Inares Center in Antipolo. Any message you would like to send out to them?
Yeah, thank you so much for all the love. You know, we're working really, really hard to try and get this thing done this conference. Keep coming out and supporting us. We really love it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Jordan, and congratulations once again. Now it's time to hear from our winning coach, Chot Reyes.
Congratulations, Coach Chot. In your huddles, you kept talking about wanting to see more effort. How did you see your men embrace this in the end game, given how feisty Meralco was in making a comeback?
Yeah, that's exactly the one thing that we focused on in the pre-game for our game plan. Really, the foundation of our game plan is to not allow Meralco to outwork us and to win the effort stats. So diving on the floor for the loose ball, extra effort, deflections, setting good screens, all the little things that Meralco is very good at. So I thought if we're able to match their energy and their effort, then we give ourselves a good chance to win. And I think in the end, our defense really held strong. So that was the story of the ball game.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
I Hi everyone, it's Carla Lizardo Sulit and welcome back to our live chat party for our 50th Commissioner's Cup. We are in the semifinals right here on our One Sports YouTube channel presented by Tap Tap. Ang ating final score, TNT drawing first blood in the semifinals matchup against Meralco, 94-89. Best player of the game, Jordan Heading, stepping up big time para dito sa TNT with 16 points, hitting 6 out of 9 from the field. And parang naghahabulan talaga tong dalawang teams all throughout the game. TNT was able to maintain their composure and they were able to maintain that lead up until the very end. But Meralco came very close to really stealing that victory. So this is really just a preview of what we're expecting from this series between these two teams. And it's going to be an exciting best of 7 series para dito. And of course, we have another game coming up. But before we talk about that game, let's check out some of the stats from game 1. Points in the paint, lamang ang TNT. This is really where they made their living off of. Here in game number 1, 56-42 against Meralco. Starter points as well, lamang din sila 75-61. But Meralco just kept closing that scoring gap with their perimeter points where they led 40-26. Now let's check out the top players from this game. Starting with Meralco, Jones had 22. He struggled in the first half pero nakabawi siya in the second half. Quinto delivering 17 points, Cancino with 12. But on the other side of the court for TNT, Ball led the way with 37 big points. Pugoy with 21 and Heading, again, our best player of the game, providing that X factor and much needed local support para dito sa TNT with 16 points. Now let's check out the highlights from the second half. Moving into the third quarter, TNT up by 2. CJ Cancino with the 3 gives Meralco the lead here in the third, but then Ball just keeps on producing para dito sa TNT with a tough fade away jumper. And Ball just so dominant. He is so tall and just continues the block party here in the third quarter. Chris Newsome, always one of the leaders para dito sa Meralco, with a strong attack to the hoop, gets that to go. And then RR Pugoy in this next play with the ball, and he's wide open at the hoop. Nakaka-play para dito kay RR Pugoy. Rios, another player that delivered para dito sa Meralco, passing to Brandon Bates for the shot, and we move on to the fourth quarter. Things are still close. Meralco up by 2, but Ball just keeps making things happen para dito sa TNT. Monster slam to send a message. Oftana still delivering from Rainbow Country with another 3-pointer. And we see Brickman now with a floater. That is good para dito kay Brickman. Jordan Heading just unchallenged, running down the court with a steal and the score. Bong Quinto still trying to fight here. 7 points down for Meralco. Hits the 4-pointer, giving them some hope in the dying seconds of that game. But Ball will deliver this clutch layup. And TNT will go on to get the Game 1 victory here in this best of 7 semifinal series. Before we move on to our next game, I want to do some quick shout-outs. Hi to JD De La Cruz from QC. Hi to Jana Nicole from Davao. Stephen from Tarlac. Jose from Camiguin. Paul from Valenzuela. And Nilo from Leyte. Of course, our PBA live chat party will continue up until the next game. Barangay Ginebra San Miguel contra Rain or Shine Game 1 of their semifinals that will start at 7:30 p.m. at Inares Center, Antipolo. And for those watching from all around the world, if you need to send money to your loved ones here in the Philippines, para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTap Send, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. For the latest in the world of sports, please don't forget to follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Ako pa rin makakasama nyo in the next game, so we'll catch you in that one.